howdy, hey. Lawn Chair Social. Again. You know.
Yeah. Every week.
Every week. Here on Friday at whatever time we drop. At the same time every week, you should know by now. Hopefully.
Yep.
You know.
What do I know?
Do you know? Gosh, my wife hates it when I say, you know, in the podcast.
I know.
She gets mad.
I know.
She is like,
You
I
know?
don't know. I don't. So, I've made it a personal goal of mine to say, you know, as much as I can. And I hope you guys try to keep account of how many times I say it. And then whoever gets the amount right first will send you a post stamp.
Just a stamp.
Just the stamp. Nothing else.
All right, let's do it.
We'll mail you a stamp so you can mail us something back, and then we can start a little pen pal situation going.
Please don't.
Speaking of pen pals, doesn't that bring you back? Like way back?
To what?
When we were younger. Did you ever have a pen pal? I've always heard of
Nope.
like fabled pen pals, and I think I've heard of more of them now than I did back then.
Mm-hmm.
But back then they were like a thing, like, oh, I have a pen pal that lives here. And I guess pen pals were just someone you always wrote letters with.
Yeah.
Must have been cool. I loved to write letters. I think it was so dope getting mail. Now I hate getting mail.
No, I love getting mail that is like, you know, unique. Not the everyday like sales and insurance and coupons.
I'm
talking like
note.
Yeah, dude, handwritten notes, postcards, birthday cards.
Just makes you feel special.
It really does. You know? And I love getting Amazon packages too.
Amazon.
Yeah.
It's Christmas. It's Christmas on whatever day of the year you want it to be. So now, with that in mind, do you believe in the nostalgia blanket? That's what I'm calling it.
I haven't heard that term. Yeah,
so yeah, you wouldn't have heard it because I just invented it like 2 seconds ago.
Copyright, patent.
Copyright, you can't steal it. So
patent, you can't patent. Never mind.
The nostalgia blanket, so it's a combination of nostalgia goggles.
Yeah.
Nostalgia ear.
It's like comfort, you know?
Yeah.
Is that what you're going for?
Kind of. It's like
it's
kind of like nostalgia goggles, nostalgia must, nostalgia taste, you know? And what I mean by that is, do you think, like for example, Black Eyed Peas, one of their songs from way back, Boom Boom Pow, you think that's still a good song? Or is it just because when we listen to it, times were good? And so every time we listen to it, is it because it's a genuinely good song? Or is it because when we listen to it, it's good times, and when we listen to it again, because remember, the senses are tied to memory, and they can be powerful, you know, triggers to bring stuff back.
Don't know why, but the mention of the Black Eyed Peas, or that song specifically, reminds me of middle school, Amelia Earhart. I don't know where you went. The street by it. Don't know why. I just picture that street right up by Orange Terrace.
The one that goes down to the park?
Yeah. That leads, from the park straight up to Amelia Earhart there. I think you'd like have to take one turn to get to the school. But I think it's because Black Eyed Peas was really big when I was in middle school. That's like when they were becoming popular. Yeah. That's when that song came out. And maybe it was on the radio at one point in my childhood on that street. Mm-hmm. But I can just vividly picture it, man. And so to answer your question, horrible song.
Really?
I think so. Great because of the memories tied to it and the feeling.
Okay.
I think it's just like a whack song. I think they're a whack band.
That's some strong allegations.
Who's gonna defend that?
A lover of Black Eyed Peas?
Who? The 1 in a billion?
Yeah, I guess. But that's the thing I'm trying to get to, you know?
You know.
is
I
that
don't know, Marcos.
do we, for example, one of the biggest things, like my nostalgia goggles, is I recently went back home, found my PlayStation 2, brought it back up.
Nice.
Of course, I was missing the cable that goes into the back of the TV, your AV cable.
Yeah.
And so I had to buy a new one, and I bought one off Amazon. It might be just this one, and it's like one that converts into HDMI.
Cool.
So I plug it in, and it don't look great. You know,
Yeah.
it looks pretty rough. But I just tell myself all the time, I'm like, no, I promise it looked better. I promise it didn't look like this.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, after the first minute of telling myself it looked better, I was lost. I was playing it. I didn't care. You know, I was in it. But it's those things, is do we really, this nostalgia blanket, does it really cloud our judgment? Because there are a couple songs on my way over here that I used to listen in high school.
Yeah.
I was listening to them on my way here because my change in music hasn't changed at all.
Yeah. Still bumping that AWOL Nation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Every now and again, they'll pop up on my playlist. I have a playlist that's called "The Concept of Time" on Spotify, and I think I'm at like 24 hours worth of music.
Nice.
Now, can I sing just about every every song word for word? Just about.
Yeah.
But
No.
I'll listen to some of those songs, and there are some songs where I'm like, this song is whack. But
Yeah.
there are some songs where I'm like, dude, this is a banger. And a lot of the
Yeah.
times I'll play them when I'm with my wife driving, and I'm like, this is a banger. And I kind of look at her to see, like, is it really a banger? Or is it because,
yeah.
you know, because it's like, is it really good? Or do I just, when I was listening to it, I felt good at that time. So now the memory is tied to that song.
Yeah.
Those feel-good feelings are there.
No, I think the nostalgia blanket is heavier than we might realize.
Is it a weighted blanket?
It is a weighted blanket. But for instance, like Black Eyed Peas, if I were to hear that song, it'd take me back. I'd listen to it. I'd enjoy it. I don't think it's good music though.
Yeah.
But then like with AWOL Nation, I remember you and I were obsessed with, I think it's Metallic Symphony is their album name
Yeah.
or something like that. And I just vividly remember you and I, my freshman year, sophomore year, we were just like both bumping it, doing earphones at once. I was like, hey, what are you listening to? You're like, oh, like, Not Your Fault, AWOL Nation. I'm like, bro,
Yes.
same one. And like, I always think of it still when I listen to AWOL Nation, specifically, but there's like other ones too, like Bastille, man.
Bastille.
You know, like Weights of Living.
Yes.
All that. So like,
Capital Cities.
Yeah.
Before they got big.
Yeah. They hold up. You know.
Okay.
I think they're just great artists. They have good music, and so their music to me is elevated because I think it's good, and it has that blanket to it. But like, I play Kill Your Heroes, Not Your Fault.
Yes.
What's another good one? Jump on My Shoulders. All AWOL Nation and
from the Castles.
Yeah, bangers, dude. Just straight up fire. And my wife is like, yeah, let's change it. I'm like, so it doesn't hold up to.
So
to
you
people.
think that you could possibly take off this blanket and judge these things from a non-biased perspective? Because it sounds to me like you said you can.
There's a lot that I can, you know.
Yeah.
Especially just when it comes to music. I feel like my music taste has over the years become more condensed. It used to just be a lot of everything, you know. But now it's more condensed, and I'm realizing what I like compared to, you know, other types of music.
Yeah.
I'm finding out what I like, what I don't like, and so yet there are older artists. I'm like, man, they're just not good.
Yeah. Well, you say that, and I'm a big fan of indie rock. And I don't even know if it's called indie rock anymore. I don't even know like what I really listen to, but I listen to Portugal the Man, Cage the Elephant,
Yeah.
AWOL Nation. a band called Miniature Tigers, um, and like just like a bunch of little bands
Yeah.
and stuff. I guess Portugal the Man's not little, neither is Cage the Elephant.
Yeah.
But there was like something about their distinct tunes that I really enjoyed that I was just like, I remember one day I sat down, and I think it was back in the day when Spotify was still operable in the browser. It still is,
Yeah.
but I'm talking about like I think they just made the app for the desktop.
Yeah.
And I remember I sat down one day and I just everything that it said you might like, I would listen to them. So I would listen to an artist.
That's how I found a lot of new music.
And I'd be like, okay, I like that. We'll add them to my playlist. And
Yeah.
I'd go, and I didn't like that, and I like this, and I like that. And YouTube Music was, we used to have YouTube Music, and it was top tier because you could start the radio, you could do this from anything, but I felt like YouTube Music had the best classification because I would start the radio on a song, and it would play that song, and then it would branch out to an artist that I didn't listen to, and it'd play that song, or it'd branch out to an artist I did listen to and play that song. And I liked it. There were some songs that I played, and I'm like, oh, dude, what is this? This is disgusting. I don't even know what this is. But I come back to the nostalgia blanket. Is it those beats, those like tunes, those styles that I listen to during those times that I liked and I hold on to because it's my comfort, or do I genuinely like those?
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like if you really came down to it, I feel like it might be a good, like, at least 80% of the music you would actually enjoy. Like, if you took a step back away from the comfort of it and the memories, you would actually find the music good. But then I feel like some things you would look back on and just realize the song's kind of whack, you know?
Yeah.
And, okay, this person's voice is pretty annoying.
Yeah.
It's just like trying to think of a song that was like popular, dude, that like a lot of people hold close.
Tidal Wave by Capital Cities. But that's a banger of a song.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking like, oh man, there's gonna be a lot of people who don't like this comment. Party in the USA, Miley Cyrus.
Okay.
I feel like that just holds a lot of nostalgia for people.
Yeah.
Church dances, school dances, 4th of July, just like a banger to, oh, it's on the radio, let's throw it up because turn it up, everyone knows this song.
Yeah.
Let's play it loud. It's not that good of
song.
a song, man.
I don't know that
Miley
song.
Cyrus, yeah.
I know of the song, and I think I've seen the beginning of the music video.
Yeah.
Every now and then, because she's in the pool with a piano, right? Is that a different song?
That's a different song, man.
You sure?
Yeah.
You're having like a pool party.
No, dude, this is like old Miley Cyrus before she like had all that stuff go on.
Well, I've heard bits and pieces of it.
Yeah.
But like you've said, it's one of those songs that like other people turn it up because it's a, it's a cult classic, you could say.
Yeah.
But for me personally, like I've listened to it and I'm like, yeah, I could see how like everyone, it's kind of like Come On Eileen. Come On Eileen is a good song.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a bad song,
Like
but it's one of those songs that it's got such an iconic tune that everybody knows to get up on their feet and start singing and dancing.
Yeah. And so I feel like a lot of things just hold the nostalgia, and so it's hard to take a step back. I feel like only new generations can do that,
Maybe we just have to find a bunch of kids in the street and be like, listen to this song, is it good?
Yeah, but like the new artists nowadays, man, a lot of them I'm just not a big fan of. So I wouldn't trust the new generation with it. But no, dude, I like this topic. It really makes you think, because like I'm going back on a lot of artists that I can remember like growing up listening to and stuff. And luckily a lot of them I'm still, like, they still hold a high pedestal for me. For example, favorite band as a kid, Linkin Park.
Yeah.
Favorite band right now, Linkin Park.
Okay.
Forever and always will be my number one band, largely due to nostalgia. But every time I play them and I get in my like music swings of going back and like just listening to them,
Mm-hmm.
bangers, rocking out, loud, like turn up the volume as loud as it can go, and I still know all the words. I still enjoy the music. Still gives me goosebumps. That's how I know like it's still good music. It holds up,
Yeah.
you know. But like now we're talking a lot about music, but like think of movies, man. This is a really random example. This is the only one I could think of. The Digimon movie. So good, man.
The Pokemon movie with
So
Mewtwo.
good. You go back and watch them.
Yeah.
I've heard like my siblings and me were obsessed with Digimon the movie, man. Mainly
Yeah.
me. A couple years ago, I brought it up to my brother. I was like, "Oh man, dude, I got it. I got it on DVD, man. It's sick." He's like, "Ah, that's so dope. Like, I love that movie." Except I showed my wife it like last year or something, and it's kind of bad. I'm like, "No, it's not.
No.
No, it's not. It's
No.
so good." So like
Yeah.
for him,
Yeah.
the nostalgia blanket wasn't heavy enough for it.
Well, here's another one. Did you ever watch the Hot Wheels like shows? They were like movies.
Okay.
So they
okay.
did it was a Hot Wheels World Race. I don't know if you ever watched it,
Sounds familiar.
but my brothers and myself, that blanket is so heavy because I remember one day I was down in California and I was talking to my brothers about it and I was
Yeah.
like, let's watch the World Race tonight because it's such a good movie. It's racing.
Yeah.
It's Hot Wheels. It's racing, but it's good. It's got some storyline, and it was the night before we had to come back up here, so 8-hour drive. So you should get plenty of rest. We started that movie at midnight. I stayed awake and I watched that movie an hour and a half. My wife was like, "We gotta go," and I'm like, "But it's Hot Wheels World Race.
Yeah.
Like you have to watch." And I remember she would watch it. And she'd be like, "This movie's so bad," and I'm like, "No, it is not. Maybe they look a little funny. The characters look a little goofy. It's animated funny,
Yeah.
but it is such a pristine movie." And then the couple movies they made after that too were absolute, just exquisite, just delightful.
Yeah.
You should definitely watch them because you'll watch them. I don't know if you'll get the same effects we do. It might be that nostalgia blanket that comforts us. Give them a shot. See if you like them. They are so good. The second series is called Hot Wheels Acceleracers.
Mhm.
Oh, you Google it, and between us here right now, you Google it, and like there's tons of streaming sites that you can watch it for free.
Nice.
So there's no reason not to watch it.
Yeah.
That one and World Racers. You have to watch World Race first.
Dude. Yeah, no, I feel like nostalgia blanket for me is heavy on a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
For my siblings, it might not be. Did you ever watch the show Code Lyoko?
Oh yeah.
So good. Solid show, great action, great concept. Doesn't hold up for my siblings, man. Doesn't hold up for other people who know the show and stuff. And
I've got one though. I've got one that can challenge the blanket.
Okay.
Old SpongeBob.
Amazing, dude. That's
'Kay.
not a blanket, man.
Okay.
That was just like, it's great content.
Yeah, because
It really
you can
is.
see it over the years how it kind of dropped off.
Yeah.
But you know what? My wife, she wasn't allowed to watch SpongeBob as a kid. But when I watch SpongeBob, because I've got Amazon Prime,
Yeah.
and the first seasons are free on Prime, which is the best because those are the best seasons, I'll watch them.
Yeah.
And I'll catch her watching. And I'm like, it's good, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's whatever. It's dumb. Okay. Don't let me catch you watching again then.
Yeah. Something that has held up over the years as well. Avatar: The Last Airbender. So like binged it obviously as a kid every week, new episodes when it was fully out, whenever it was on the TV boom, that's what we put on. When it came out, like Netflix or whatever, like my wife watched it when she was younger as well. Watched it again, amazing, hilarious, great action, development, like definitely holds up. So
You want to know something crazy about Avatar?
yeah,
Last
man.
Airbender?
Yeah.
I didn't watch the final episode until maybe a year later after it came out.
Just left yourself on that cliff, man.
Well, like I would start to watch it, you know,
Yeah.
and I'd always get to the scene where Aang was chasing
Ozai.
Ozai around in his little avatar state. I'd always get to that scene. My mom would always, we have to go to the store. We have to go do this. Go outside. Go
Oh.
do this. Every time. And I was like, please, just like 30 more minutes. No, now.
Yeah.
So I never, and then I finally got to watch the whole thing. And thank the heavens for Netflix that I was able to watch it in peace over and over again. And it's just one of those things that it made me so mad because people would be like, have you finished the Avatar? No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Because I had to go mow the lawn. No, I haven't because I had to go get groceries. No, I haven't because we had to go to Mexico. And Mexico's behind. So I didn't even, that summer we went to Mexico,
man.
I couldn't even
They're
watch
on
it.
season 1.
They were like on book 3. No, book 2. Because book 3 is the last book.
Yeah.
So I was like, whatever.
No, yeah, man. But yeah, some things hold up, some things don't. I think it's hard to take a step back from your own personal comfort. So sometimes it can be an eye-opener to bring a third party in, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But even with someone else's opinion, man, AWOL Nation, Not Your Fault, Kill Your Heroes, bangers. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, bangers.
Bangers.
I played it for Reagan once.
Yeah.
I had to remember what she said, but I was like, this is the jam. I told her, this is it. You remember Muse?
Yeah.
Knights of Syndodia? Fire. Absolute banger of a track.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude. Some things hold up, some things don't.
What about nostalgia food? We've talked about the eyes, the ears.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, man. You look at like the SpongeBob popsicles you get at ice cream guy comes by and they're all mutilated. They're not that good. They don't taste that good. I feel like food is the lightest of blankets. It could get ripped off, it could get torn to shreds because it's just you can't ignore taste buds.
Yeah.
You know? If something's bad, it's bad. If something's good from your childhood and it holds up, that's a whole other experience, man.
Yeah. Well, it happened to that guy from Ratatouille, the food critic.
Flashback, man.
The flashback.
Poor little kid scraped his knee. Mom made him some ratatouille.
And he loved
Changed his whole personality, bro. Light awakened in him.
And now he swallows his food.
Yeah. And he enjoys life.
Yeah.
You know, at the end, man, he's a happy little, like, small business review guy or whatever. I forget what Remy says, but I love Ratatouille, man. One of my favorite movies ever.
Nostalgia blanket or not, though?
No, not even, man. Top tier movie.
My kid loves Ratatouille.
Yeah?
My kid loves Lilo and Stitch.
Dude, when Linguini gets drunk, dude, I could quote that whole part, man. I love that part. I quote it all the time. Not to brag. I was in Paris earlier this year.
Oh my god.
I was only quoting that movie, man. Non-stop. My wife and sister were so pissed at me, man. Just constantly. I would like throw out a quote. They're like, "Is that another Ratatouille quote?" I'm like, "What do you think?" Of course it is. No, it
Seems
holds
like
up.
You already know what it is.
Holds up, man. Now I had like this super inspirational moment, and I was like, there's a part in the movie, you know, the dad, he's like, "Where are you going?" And Remy's like, "With luck, forward." Deep moment, right?
Yeah.
So I like quoted that at one point, and they're like, "What is that? Is that like some like deep like poem or something?" I thought, like, that's Ratatouille.
That's Ratatouille, my guy.
But no, I food, lightest blanket for sure, because if it's bad, it's bad, you know?
Yeah.
My wife and I got, 2 years ago, we got some little kid cuisine frozen dinners.
Not the kid cuisine.
So bad, man. The brownie held up, though.
The brownie.
The little frozen brownie that
well,
bakes.
the brownie will always hold up.
That held up, but everything else,
Lean
disgusting.
Cuisine. Yeah, because now you have to eat lean cuisine.
Thanks, Michelle.
Yeah. You ever
Yeah.
think about those school lunches we used to have?
I always packed my own lunch.
Oh,
Or should I say my dad did? Thank you. Thank you, Dad.
yeah. I every now and again got school lunch because I was a growing boy, and I think that food that they gave us, I think there was a nostalgia blanket, but it can't be ripped off because I haven't had it again.
Don't, man. Just keep
I
those
don't.
memories.
Yeah, I'll just keep
Keep
those
it.
memories. The chocolate milk.
You remember that one time, early in the morning, I went to the vending machine, put in $1 to get my strawberry milk, and it came out and it got stuck.
No.
So what did I do? I had a second $1. Put it in, ordered the same thing so it'd knock it down,
Yeah.
got stuck again. I was out of money. What did you do? You gave me $1. So I ordered what was like above it
Yeah.
to knock them down. Stuck again, dude. I was
remember
so sad.
Didn't we just about try to drop kick that machine?
Oh yeah. So it was in that little like square. Our school was whack, man. Now I'm thinking about it. It was definitely set up weird.
It was set up like a prison.
Yeah.
There were rumors, but it was set up like a prison.
Really was. Go check it out.
Yeah,
Martin
the
Luther
watchtower.
King.
Watchtower right in the middle.
Yeah. You see this, man?
It's beautiful.
I hope it shows up. If you're watching, I hope it shows up for you because it's beautiful right now.
If you're on Spotify or whatever, just hop over. Just remember the timestamp. Hop over, take a look.
Yeah, definitely.
But on that note,
Please join us. We're on YouTube. We are on Google Podcasts. We are on Apple Podcasts, and we are on Spotify. So definitely just trying to get our content out to you guys, and we hope you're enjoying it.
we love you guys.
Thank you for watching.
Keep that blanket on tight.
Because long shall